couple of days ago, I posted a video of my grandma on TikTok that went quite viral. Yes, my grandma is super cute and definitely have her own fan base. But the reason why it went viral wasn't for this. People started to question, why is she black? Why is she Algerian? And how is it possible that she's actually black and Algerian? Oh, that's not possible. That was the whole debate going on in the comment section of that video.
This is my grandma, and we all call her Nana. Today I'm gonna do her hair because I believe that it's one of the ways we've subconsciously connected over the years, nurturing our femininity together. She hasn't had the easiest life, and I always say I should write a book about her.
Hello viewers, welcome to YIO. A viral TikTok video featuring an Algerian woman and her grandmother has ignited a heated discussion about race, identity, and the persistent stereotypes in North Africa. The video, intended as a celebration of her grandmother's life, instead became a platform for racism and ignorance, as users questioned how a black woman could be authentically Algerian.
So one person is saying, oh my god, that's so funny. Algerian? No, she's not. Someone else saying, finally a native Algerian. Someone else says, Algerian of Senegal? Once again, Algerian or Nigerian? No, I'm sure she's pretty Algerian, thank you for asking. Oh my god, someone said Algerian from Little Market. That's so bad. She's actually Algerian and not a descendant from the Arab invasion. Let's actually use this as a real opportunity and let's unfold what is the real dilemma. So first of all, if you didn't know, Algeria is the largest country in Africa. It's rich of natural resources, biggest home of the Sahara Desert, and it's located in North Africa. So here's the thing. While people think that Algeria is only populated by Arabs, that is actually not true. The Arab presence in the region actually began in the Islamic conquest in the 7th century, which brought Arabs' culture, language, and also religion. The Amazigh people, which are often incorrectly called Berbers, which derives from barbaric, are actually the original indigenous people of the land, and their presence actually dates back from the Stone Age. So while Arab culture is undeniably now part of the richness of North Africa, the story of the region dates way beyond the presence of Arab people, with the Amazigh being the original custodians of the land. The beauty of Algeria is that it's incredibly diverse. Indigenous natives are sometimes black, as my grandma and my mom. Sometimes they have ginger hair, blue eyes, green eyes, and that is what makes the richness of this region. As for my family, we're actually part of the Tuareg people, which is a semi-nomadic indigenous people that actually lived over history in the Sahara Desert. Tuareg people has expanded in many areas in North Africa and below, so taking parts of South Algeria, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and probably more regions. But like many indigenous communities, they are often marginalized and unfortunately still live very high level of discrimination, including in Algeria by Algerians. My grandmother and mom lived different experiences that prove that there is still a lot to learn about the country history and diversity. If you feel like you learned something today about indigenous people and actually want to celebrate cultural and ethnic diversity, drop this emoji and let's keep the conversation going.
The comments range from dismissive mockery to outright disbelief. She must be from Senegal or Nigeria, one commenter claimed. Another dismissed her heritage with the insult, Algerian from Little Market. Yet another commenter referred to her as, finally a native Algerian, suggesting that the perception of Algerians as solely Arab continues to overshadow the country's true diversity. Algeria, the largest country in Africa, boasts a complex and rich history of cultural and ethnic diversity. While many associate the region predominantly with Arab culture, the indigenous Amazigh people, incorrectly referred to as Berbers, and are a term rooted in colonialism, have lived in the area since the Stone Age. The Arab presence in Algeria began during the Islamic conquest of the 7th century, which brought religion, language, and cultural practices to the region. However, the cultural tapestry of Algeria includes far more than Arab influences. Indigenous groups such as the Tuareg people are deeply tied to Algeria's history and geography. The Tuareg, a semi-nomadic group who inhabit the Sahara Desert, have long been integral to the region, expanding into neighboring countries like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Tuareg communities, like many marginalized groups, have faced discrimination and erasure in Algeria. The video creator revealed how her grandmother's life reflects this reality, noting the systemic prejudice Black indigenous Algerians still endure. The video creator used the backlash to educate her audience, emphasizing the importance of understanding Algeria's true history. She explained that Algerians come in all shades, from black to fair-skinned, with blue or green eyes, a diversity that reflects centuries of cultural and ethnic intermingling. Her message highlighted that identity cannot be reduced to simplistic stereotypes or racial hierarchies. She also called attention to the ignorance about Algeria's indigenous populations, particularly Black Algerians, whose identities are often erased or questioned. This incident is more than an isolated case of online racism. It is a wake-up call for broader reflection on how societies perpetuate stereotypes and exclusion. Here are some key takeaways. The history of Algeria and the broader North African region did not begin with the Arab conquests. Indigenous groups like the Amazigh and Tuareg are foundational to the land's identity and deserve recognition. Comments dismissing Black Algerians reveal deeply ingrained prejudices within societies that must be addressed through education and open dialogue. Algeria's strength lies in its cultural richness, from its Arab influences to its Amazigh and Tuareg roots. Recognizing this diversity enriches national identity rather than diminishes it. Discriminatory attitudes often stem from ignorance. Platforms like TikTok, while imperfect, can serve as tools for educating the broader public about diversity, history, and inclusion. This controversy reminds us that dismantling racism requires collective effort, whether through teaching accurate history, amplifying marginalized voices, or challenging discriminatory behaviors. Everyone has a role to play in creating a more inclusive society. As the TikTok creator concluded, conversations about diversity and inclusion must continue if we are to break down barriers and celebrate the beauty of difference. Let this be an opportunity for growth, understanding, and unity, not just in Algeria, but across the world.
And despite everything, she always managed to keep her childlike soul and her need to share love with everyone around her. Spending time with her lately has helped me to understand myself better. It made me realize that so many of my love languages are just a reflection of the one she showed me throughout my childhood. And now I get the chance to give her back. For us, doing hair is more than just a task. It's a way of really, I would say, connecting. It's a safe space where we can chat while tending to something really intimate. Something that carries stories of history, identity, and sometimes even trauma. Nana passed me the message that doing something for someone else is the best way to make them feel seen, while also reminding yourself of the contribution you can make to this world. She used to do all of our hairs, and she loves telling me the stories of how she used to flat iron her friends' hair and sometimes burn their ears in the process. She says she loves her hair straight because she likes the way it moves, and I think somehow it makes her feel feminine and also light. Although she always put herself last, I realize that by letting me do her hair, she's giving herself permission, even if just for a moment, to prioritize herself. And in that moment, I get to remind her how much she deserves it.
Merci beaucoup, Yasmine. Tu vois comment je suis chouchoutée.
This is my grandma, and we all call her Nana. Today